testified that this case has been very hard for you. So let's talk about that and why.
All right.
Your lies have been exposed to the world multiple times, right?
I haven't lied about anything I've been here to say.
So basically, you can tell that the CAR is already out in the window because she's lying, and then she now recognize that she tell the lie in it's mean like she's not realistic because everyone see the lie that she's going through, but she's not really expecting to believe anything that's go through her mouth. So basically, the C and the R already at the window. Let's see what they do next.
You sat here and told this jury that the events in Hicksville started with Mr. Depp getting really upset about a woman leaning on you. Is that correct?
Yes, that's effectively what happened, yeah.
You testified.
If you see the body language, if somebody take the time to answer yes or no question and something like that, you can see that she's not really telling the truth.
That he actually grabbed that woman's wrist and twisted it, right?
And told her that he could effectively break her wrist by saying he knew how many pounds of pressure, or asking her how many pounds of pressure it took to break a human wrist.
But your own witness.
My question is, how can you be a doctor and already know what kind of pressure the person gonna use to break a bone or the wrist? Are you specialized in fighting, or is this all part of the acting to tell made up of stuff of lies?
Your former best friend, Rocky Pennington, she didn't corroborate that, did she?
I'm not quite sure what part of that night she saw. There were a lot of people there.
She didn't testify that Mr. Depp grabbed anyone's wrist in Hicksville.
Again, I don't know what Rocky saw. There were a lot of people there that night.
So if there's a lot of people there, how can you be the only one who see that at least one person? There's three cases. Either one person said or doesn't want to tell you, or so you made up of lies, or people, or you just it didn't happen at all, or one of the three scenario happened. Let's find out what's the next day.
Testified that once you brought Mr. Depp back to your trailer, he trashed it, correct?
That is correct.
And the manager of the Hicksville trailer park was furious that Johnny had wrecked the whole thing. Do you remember that testimony?
That's correct.
Well, we heard from that manager of the Hicksville trailer park, Morgan Knight, on Monday, didn't we?
I'm not quite sure who that guy was or if he had any involvement in this. I know a lot of people have come out of the woodwork to be in.
So now she's trying to blame the game that she doesn't remember stuff. That's the way to say that I'm lying, but I don't want to admit I'm lying, so I don't remember anything. So when they confront you with the fact, the best way to say you're not lying is just like I don't remember. In the way to say, if you don't want to say the plead the fifth, you say I don't recall.
Involved.
So you're accusing Mr. Knight of testifying and committing perjury?
I'm not accusing anyone. I just don't recognize that man.
You heard Mr. Knight testify that it was actually you who was upset with Mr. Depp spending time away from him. Isn't that correct?
How would he know? He wasn't there.
So basically, you don't recommend that guy, and then next thing you know, he wasn't there, but you say he tried the place, but you're trying to comfort the manager. The manager said nothing happened, and then now you know it's not really a good alibi. Just go deeper into it.
You heard Mr. Knight testify that it was actually you who was yelling at Mr. Depp.
Again, I've heard a lot of people say a lot of things to be involved in the Johnny Depp show, but he wasn't there. He doesn't know, and he certainly doesn't know what happened behind closed doors, like most people.
So you're calling Mr. Knight a liar?
I am saying he wasn't there, and what he testified to doesn't match what I know happened. But I don't fault him. He wasn't there, so how would he know?
So basically, you're telling everyone that you're the one telling the truth regardless. And look at the face. That's the face that person that's lying. Look at that. And then when you're catching the lying, so you're trying to speculate that that person wasn't there, so their valid opinion it's not really valid. But the truth of the matter is, she's the one lying. But we find out how things are going right now. Let's see next.
He testified he was there, Ms. Heard. Did you hear that?
That's his testimony, yes.
So you're calling him a liar?
I'm just saying he wasn't there.
You heard Mr. Knight testify that the trailer wasn't trashed, and that's why you're calling him a liar.
He testified that a light fixture was broken, similar to the way that
yes,
Johnny's
other than a light fixture, that was the only thing that was broken,
rearranged,
right, Ms. Heard?
and things
Ms.
like
Heard,
that.
The only thing that was broken in the trailer, according to Mr. Knight, was a light fixture? Yes or no?
I realized that he summed it up by saying a light fixture was broken, just the way his security guard summed up him trashing my closet as being rearranged.
Your Honor, I'm going to move to strike everything after he summed it up, that it was a light fixture, as non-responsive.
She answered the question, Your Honor.
Overruled.
In the security guard testimony, Your Honor?
I'll allow it. Go ahead.
So basically, what she's doing, she trying to deceive the question. She trying not to answer the question by adding a lot of nonsense. For example, you can see for a fact she doesn't respond yes or no, but she add up to it to deflect the question so everyone can forget about the question. But really, she doesn't really say anything or respond to the question that they tell her.
Mr. Knight also testified that he charged Mr. Depp only $62 for the damaged light fixture. You heard that, correct?
I did.
In Hicksville, you were the only one that was jealous that Mr. Depp was spending time from other people. Isn't that correct, Ms. Heard?
That is incorrect.
In Hicksville, you were the one who was upset that Mr. Depp wasn't giving you enough attention.
Incorrect again.
So a lot of people was there, but you're the only one that was frustrated and mad. But you're saying that everyone else, whatever they say, doesn't apply because they weren't there, and some of them they weren't there by the closed door. I'm wondering how many people were on the closed door. So remember, delusional, she's not being realistic, she's not telling the truth, and then she has a low expectation of everyone. She's making sure they're higher on top, nobody can touch her, so that's why she behaved that way.
Ms. Heard, you told this jury that you had no idea the press was going to be at the courthouse when you got your TRO on May 27th, 2016. Do you remember that testimony?
I said I did not have anything to do with it. Yes.
No. My question again. You told this jury that you had no idea that the press was going to be outside after you got the ex-party TRO on May 27th, 2016. Do you remember that testimony?
I apologize. I must have misunderstood Ms. Vasquez. I actually had no idea whether they were going to be there or not.
So basically, you admitted your line, but you think is you have no idea, but you testified the media was there. So which one is it? The media was there or the media wasn't there? Which one trying to say? Who you trying to lie to? You say something and then in a couple of days you change your mind.
I walked into the courtroom that day. It was completely quiet, still, empty. Even though I had given Johnny's team notice that I was filing the
Objection.
TRO,
Your Honor, this is not
we had no
responsive.
reason to
Move to
believe the
strike.
press knew.
And Your Honor, I would also ask that you instruct the witness to please stop talking once I lodge an objection.
Your Honor, she's trying to answer the question as best she can, and Ms. Vasquez is misrepresenting to her what she testified to.
Well, I'll strike the last part as non-responsive.
Thank you.
Just if you could just answer the questions asked. Okay. Thank you, Ms. Heard.
So is that she was here earlier and then she doesn't notice there's any paparazzi or any picture or journalist was there. But the thing is, you're famous people, you know there's paparazzi everywhere you go, especially try like that, and you're trying to admit there's nobody there to no paparazzi.
In fact, you testified that you were, quote, shocked when you saw press when you were leaving the courthouse. Yes?
Yes.
You weren't shocked at all, though, were you?
Incorrect. It was
You knew the
horrifying.
press would be at the courthouse, right, Ms. Heard?
No.
Well, you did bring your
How can you not know the press was there? You're a famous person. At this point, she's being delusional completely. But let's hear.
publicist to the courthouse with you on May 27th, 2016, didn't you?
I sure did. I'm a public figure. I brought my publicist in case it blew up. In case. And
You actually
I'm
had
glad I did.
alerted TMZ that you would be filing a TRO against Mr. Depp that very day,
No, I did
didn't
not.
you?
No, I did
The
not.
one day you didn't bother to wear makeup to cover up the mark on your face.
I did not call TMZ or any other news source or paparazzi source. No one. I
We
never
heard
did that.
testimony from former TMZ employee Morgan Tremaine yesterday, correct?
Did I hear his testimony?
Yes.
Yes, I was here.
Yes. And you heard Mr. Tremaine's testimony that he knew to dispatch the paparazzi to the courthouse on May 27th, right?
I heard him say that he knew that, yes.
Yeah, and that he dispatched.
So basically, you contact the paparazzi, but you're trying to say that you weren't aware of it, but you don't want in touch with them, and now you're trying to deny the fact that the person that you're in touch with tell that specifically he was the one that you're in contact with, and expose that he was the one who was the paparazzi. Very confusing.
Dispatch paparazzi to the courthouse to capture a picture of an alleged bruise on the right side of your face. Do you remember him saying that?
I remember him saying that.
That information must have come from your team, right, Ms. Heard?
Absolutely not. Why would I want that? What actual survivor of domestic violence wants that?
Now, the video of Mr. Depp beating up some kitchen cabinets, you admit that you took that video, correct?
Yes, I did.
All right. And you acknowledge that the video was released online the day before you were deposed in connection with your divorce from Mr. Depp in August of 2016, right?
I believe it was, yes.
But you testified that you had absolutely nothing to do with the video's release, right?
Absolutely not.
And you testified that you learned about it when you landed after flying into LA. Do you remember that testimony?
Upon touchdown is when I was alerted to the videos.
You heard Mr. Tremaine testify.
At this point, she probably told the truth because you're not in control of the videos or you're not in control of what's going to happen. But if you're in the same house, most likely if you, like I said, she was a closed door, nobody was there. So I think if you heard the noise and banging, I think you'll be aware of the video. And also if you see the camera, it's not a hidden camera, it's the phone. You should be able to see the phone recording the video, even though you try to be naive, but everyone knows about the video you were taking. But for him to post it, you're not in control of that, and it was this video. But to say that you're not aware that it was a videotape, that's a pure lie, and nobody believed that. Let's see what it say.
Testify that about this video as well yesterday, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
And you heard Mr. Tremaine testify that TMZ received the cabinet video the same day you landed at LAX, yes?
I don't know if that's what his testimony was. I'm sorry.
You heard Mr. Tremaine testify that the cabinet video was posted 15 minutes after TMZ received it, yes?
That's what I heard him say.
And that this could only have been possible if the video was received directly from the source, yes?
I heard him say that. I don't know if that's true or if that's possible because it didn't come from me. I was flying.
Tremaine
So I know that's incorrect is what I mean to say.
Another liar on the stand?
I just know that that's incorrect.
Right.
So basically you admit that the TMZ has the footage, but you don't know if it was Johnny Depp who sent the footage, but you're the same person that's when in contact with the DMV. You're trying to say that the video was published, you weren't aware of that, and the TMV guy just say admitted the reason how he published the video because they received the video from you, and you're saying that you're not aware of that, or you're saying that probably is not coming from you, so you're not sure where you got that video from.
And you heard Mr. Tremaine testify that TMZ owns the copyright to the cabinet video, right?
That's news to me.
The cabinet video you filmed of your then husband, yes?
The copyright ownership of that is news to me. I learned that yesterday.
It's the cabinet video that you captured of your then husband, yes?
That is correct. I did capture that video, and yes,
cabinet
that was
video,
my husband.
The same cabinet video that was released the night before you were deposed in your divorce, yes?
That's correct.
Okay. You must have also heard Mr. Tremaine testify that the version of the cabinet video that TMZ received was incomplete compared to the video the jury saw in this trial. Did you hear that?
The video that you have seen is complete.
Right. But the one TMZ got the day before your deposition in the divorce was incomplete.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
He testified that at the beginning portion of the video where you said...
How can you not sure? Because you say the video is complete, the other is not complete. How you know something's it's not complete if you don't see the both, if you compare and contrast. For example, if you notice something is changed or something doesn't add up, you're able to compare them both. How can you say that one's incomplete unless you watch both video or somebody cut out from the first one and now you're able to see the second one to compare? So which one is it?
Set up the camera. That wasn't included in the video that TMZ received.
I don't know what video TMZ
I'm talking
received.
about Mr. Tremaine's testimony, Ms. Heard. Let's just
So you're
focus on
asking me to
Mr.
repeat
Tremaine.
his testimony?
No, I'm asking you if you recall hearing him say those words to this jury.
Yes,
Under
I
oath.
heard his testimony. We all did.
And he testified that the end of the video where you can see...
And that's also the video for today. And guys, remember the CAR is a Christian, appealing and realistic, and that wasn't realistic. And guys, I'll see you next video.